What's going on, baseball fans? How are we doing? So it looks like the Mets are maybe looking to make a trade to upgrade at third base. Let's go talk about it. Okay, so here is the story on MLB trade rumors. Mets eyeing third base upgrades have asked the Twins about Josh Donaldson. The Mets are targeting third base upgrades as the deadline approaches, and while many of their fans are likely hoping Kris Bryant becomes available, they're understandably exploring every avenue, according to Andy Martino. The Mets have approached the Twins and engaged in very preliminary talks. So, very interesting. If we go back to this offseason, the Mets and the Cubs were engaged on Kris Bryant talks. Those ended up fizzling. And Kris Bryant's having a great year with the Cubs so far. So it's no surprise that maybe they're taking a look at other options around the major leagues. I figured they would. They could use an upgrade, especially J.D. Davis. He's been on the shelf lately. He's going to be on a rehab assignment here. Could be coming back soon, but it's no surprise to me that the Mets, they're looking to maybe make an upgrade. If we take a look at the Mets as of right now, they need some help with the offense. If we take a look, overall, they rank 23rd in offense in the major leagues. Francisco Lindor has just had a downer of a year. They need something to get that lineup going. 23rd in offense, that's not going to get it done. The pitching has been great for the Mets, but the offense really needs a boost. Josh Donaldson, yes, he is 35 years old. He's getting older. He's had injuries in the past couple of years, but seems lately he's doing okay. The bringer of rain is having a very good season so far. Batting .250, not too high right there, but he's definitely providing some power with 13 home runs, 34 RBIs, a solid 345 on base, a 486 slugging, which is really good. Josh Donaldson, it could be a great fit for the Mets. Now, the problem is Josh Donaldson has a big contract. So, and the Mets, they're going to have to figure out a way to maybe work this into their payroll. From what I understand, the Mets don't really want to go over that luxury tax line. As of right now, they're at $196.5 million. So they roughly have around $13 million here to play with. So they're going to have to really be careful about that. So one thing that you could do and another interesting thing here is Donaldson has a very, very low value, a negative 19.7. So the Twins most likely would have to send over some cash in this situation. Maybe pay the rest of his salary this year, which is around $11.5 million. He's making like $23 million, and then so pay half of it this year, and maybe pay half of it for next year. So maybe just send over around $25 million, and that way you can get a couple of prospects out of this. So if we take a look, I have a trade set up. Donaldson going to the Mets with some cash, and then the Twins in return would get a few prospects here. So if we take a look, the first prospect I have would be Dominguez. As of right now, he is the number 13 prospect, Robert Dominguez. If we take a look, next up, I have Palmer on here as well. Jalen Palmer is the number 12 prospect. And if we go back, I have Budo. He is their Jose Budo, their number 15 prospect. So I definitely think you could get something done here for Josh Donaldson. The Twins are going to have to send over some cash to eat up that money, and that's going to be the only way, unless they take someone from the Mets who has negative value. If we take a look here, some guy. Actually, the Mets have. Hold on 1 second. I'm not in the major league players, so they do have some guys of negative value, maybe like a Juris Familia. And Dellin Betances probably not. I don't think they're going to get rid of Carlos Carrasco. So maybe you could send back someone like a Familia to lighten the load, because you're taking so much negative value from Donaldson. But if this doesn't work for the Mets and the Twins, maybe the Mets could go back to the Cubs and make a call about Kris Bryant. If we take a look here, the Cubs, they were doing really good, but now they've lost 6 straight games. They're 3-7 in the last 10. It is July 2nd. They're going to have to make some kind of a move here eventually. Are they going to be in this? Are they going to be buyers? Are they going to be sellers? I don't know. It's getting pretty close to having to try and figure this out. If the Cubs do indeed become sellers, maybe they can send Kris Bryant to the Cubs. I have a trade here so where Kris Bryant has a value of 18.10. So most likely this is going to take at least a couple of prospects. Maybe the Mets can send back some cash to the Cubs as well. That way you can just get a couple of prospects back. So I have here Ramirez. He has a value of 5.4. So Alex Ramirez is the number 9 prospect. And then you could also maybe send back someone like a Vientos. So as of right now, he is their number 8 prospect. So Maybe a couple of these prospects, some cash going back to the Cubs, that could maybe get it done. You could also maybe even do something, I don't know if you would do this, but a Kris Bryant for a J.D. Davis straight up. I mean, their values are pretty close. I would think the Mets probably would get something else out of this because Davis is under control. So maybe the Cubs can throw in a prospect here. I don't know. You can kind of just take a pick here. If we take a look at the minor leaguers with the Cubs. So let me go pull up the Cubs' top prospects. So I don't know. I would think the Cubs are probably trying to add prospects, but I don't know. Maybe you can just add in someone like, I don't know, maybe like a Ryan Jensen or something like that, just to maybe just get it done. So if we take a look at the players here, so let's throw in oops, I'm not on the Cubs. Let's take a look. So Jensen, taking a look. So he has a value of 3.3. So maybe you could send him back in something like this. I don't know, because I don't think for giving these kind of prospects back to the Cubs, maybe you want to get a prospect back in return. I would think maybe something like that. But Kris Bryant, I think, could be a good fit for the Mets as well. He's having a good season, 261 average, 15 home runs, and 847 OPS. He's going to be a free agent soon. I don't know, maybe the Mets could even figure out how to get him signed to some kind of an extension. We'll have to wait and see. But let me know what you think down below in the comments. Do you think that the Mets really could go for someone like a Josh Donaldson? Do you think we're going to see those talks between Kris Bryant going to the Mets heat back up? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Any other possibilities that could maybe go to the Mets to play third? Maybe even someone like a Kyle Seager? I don't know, maybe. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, but that's all I have for right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.